struggling with the same temptations that Solomon later faced: money, sex, and power. They're the same temptations that we all face. In witnessing Solomon's moral triumphs and sinful failures, therefore, we learn how to live more wisely. By the grace of God, we may avoid a tragic downfall of our own and learn how to use money, sex, and power for the glory of God. Most of the material in this book was first preached at Philadelphia's 10th Presbyterian Church, where it was my joy to serve in pastoral ministry for 15 years. I'm grateful to the good friends who made many helpful suggestions as I revised the manuscript for publication: Lois Denier, Kathy Kemp, Glenn McDowell, Robert Poland, Mary Ryken, and Lydia Brownback. Special thanks goes to my little sister, Nancy Taylor, who prepared the study guide. In studying the life of Solomon, we see both the true greatness and the tragic failure of our own humanity. We're made in the royal image of God, yet we have fallen into serious sin. Fortunately, there's someone who can still save us, the greater Solomon of the kingdom of God. When Jesus said, "Something greater than Solomon is here," see Luke chapter 11, verse 31, he was referring to his own perfect life and ministry. Jesus Christ is the hope which Solomon's tragedy shows that all of us need. Philip Graham Ryken, Wheaton, Illinois. Chapter 1. Long Live the King. And the king said to them, "Take with you the servants of your lord, and have Solomon my son ride on my own mule, and bring him down to Gihon. And let Zadok the priest and Nathan the prophet there anoint him king over Israel. Then blow the trumpet and say, 'Long live King Solomon.'" 1 Kings chapter 1, verses 33 and 34. The story of King Solomon begins with King David, who was old and advanced in years, and although they covered him with cloths, he could not get warm. 1 Kings chapter 1, verse 1. For anyone who admires King David, this scene is full of pathos. David was among the greatest of earthly kings, maybe the greatest. From boyhood, he performed many heroic feats in battle. He killed lions and bears to defend his father's flocks and herds. He slew giants. He conquered kingdoms. He established a fortress for his people in Jerusalem. He sired a royal dynasty, fathering many sons to be the princes of Israel, including Prince Solomon. But now the famous king was old and gray, and for all his former greatness, it was all he could do to stay warm in bed. Or should I say, deathbed. Old King David. David's feeble decline is a sad reminder of our own frailty. The king was about 70 years old when these events took place. What happened to him will happen to almost all of us. Our hearing will fail. Our eyesight will grow dim. Our limbs will get weak and brittle. Eventually, we'll be confined to bed, and maybe we'll find it hard to stay warm. How important it is, therefore, for everyone to heed the counsel that Solomon later gave in the days of his wisdom. Remember also your Creator in the days of your youth, before the evil days come, and the years draw near of which you will say, "I have no pleasure in them." Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. If, like David, we give our hearts to God when we're young, we'll still remember him when we're old, and he will remember us. Poor David. As he tried to get warm, his servants tried to help. They put him in warmer pajamas, but the king was still cold. Then they piled heavy blankets on his royal person, but still he shivered under the covers. So they proposed a practical remedy, one mentioned in several ancient medical textbooks. In 1 Kings chapter 1, verses 2 through 4, it says, "His servants said to him, 'Let a young woman be sought for my lord the king, and let her wait on the king and be in his service. Let her lie in your arms, that my lord the king may be warm.' So they sought for a beautiful young woman throughout all the territory of Israel, and found Abishag the Shunammite, and brought her to the king. The young woman was very beautiful, and she was of service to the king and attended to him. But the king knew her not.